terms of just format, will look largely the same. There are still 6 sessions, the titles are similar, but the sessions are actually totally different from last year even. So sessions totally rehauled to 2008 and then totally rehauled again to 2009, which I think is pretty remarkable. And this is a big priority for us as an organization. There are also going to be some extension activities for the first time. Well, yes, there are extension activities at Institute that your CSs will learn more about and tell you about. And then there are also centrally designed sessions to be done at the regions for the first time. So DCA will actually continue into the regions. And I think they are optional right now, but I'm assuming, I think a lot of options or regions are going to opt into using them for the first year. Okay. So just so that we're super clear on what DCA is trying to accomplish, really there are 3 things. And so the first is to ensure that all core members feel susceptible to making missteps because of the biases, archetypes, and developing skills and diversity competencies that they have. So really one of the goals is for them actually being able to think and realize that they're never done with the same report, because actually you are an accumulation of all of your previous experiences up into a given point. And so actually I think even some of our biases and archetypes, it's not like they stopped when we turned 18. They're actually continuing to develop in different ways. So even if I thought something at one point, I may have developed new archetypes or biases even in the last year that I would need to now undevelop, so to speak. It just never ever ends, and it never ends for anyone. Showcase the diversity competencies power that core members can begin to use it during the summer and the spring. Now we start to think about, some real examples that you could generate that you yourself can say, yeah, like this is actually a time when the diversity competency was not something that I had a hold of, and this was the repercussion that it had. And so I'll give you a quick example. One that I think about is in my first year teaching, I sort of assumed, I think in this I thought it was being culturally sensitive. I sort of assumed that to ask parents to do a lot of at-home projects with their kids would actually have been too much. I think my archetype was parent, working 2 jobs, has no time, they're working hard but they have no time. So sort of on the one hand you say it's a generous view of parents, whatever. And I had this experience at the end of my first year where I taught 3rd grade, I saw all the 4th graders walk in with these huge poster board science projects they've done at home. They're beaming, they're so happy. I said to a partner teacher, do they do that at home? Yeah. It was like a total wake-up for me. I thought I would have been overtaxing the parents. Instead, actually, I was probably denying them and their kids an opportunity to do something cool at home that they could both be really proud and excited about. And in my 2nd year, I had a lot more parent involvement. I had parent volunteers. And that's I think that's one example, and I could generate a lot more, but sort of think of those types of examples, because I think one of the things is that, and we know this is not changed, that if we do want core members to be able to reflect honestly and just talk about some things that maybe they're not as proud of, and that's not one of my prouder moments, then you talk about it. And it doesn't have to be in this I'm the worst person. No, seriously. It was a real eye-opening moment for me in my teaching career. And you can talk about that. Okay. So what we're going to move to now, but I'm going to set up some instructions, is we're actually going to talk through a couple of scenarios where a core member is misunderstanding what we're meaning by one or more of the diversity competencies. Where they're actually misinterpreting sort of what the theory behind what we're teaching them, and then think about what it is that we would have wanted to hear them say. So I'm actually going to ask that you should have a handout that has a scenario on it. Handout 1. Behind the PowerPoint.